What is up, guys? Have you guys seen the heading on today's video? I'm gonna be serious, you guys. Let me talk to you guys, but let me talk to the UFC for a second. Today was supposed to be like, today is supposed to be fight day. UFC was supposed to have was planning to have a UFC fight card from the Philippines today. They hyped it up like the commercials. It was supposed to be BJ Penn's big return to the company. Carl Lamas. But before we even get there, I know you guys are watching this video. People of UFC are watching this video. I'm not all about the UFC. I'm not blaming the people who run it. Remember the first time I first started watching UFC, back to before it became a huge global, like, when it before it became UFC, it was, as Senator Donald King put it along the lines, it was like a human street fight. I thought, it's not gonna survive 20 odd years later. But back then, before it became UFC, it was his dark days. And when it became like they had different people from different fighting styles, karate fighters, even Art Jefferson, a guy who boxed, who took on Royce Gracie with a boxing glove in one hand, and it started up from the bottom. I think it was Art Davey. He was the man who kind of like, hey, let's have an 8-man single elimination tournament. Bring in different fighters, different styles, and see where it's gonna take. And everybody was just kind of like, well, okay, this should be very interesting. But to my knowledge, I thought, like, this is something that totally it's gonna make or break it. But even when it came, when it was known as the Ultimate Fighting Championship, because back in the early 1900s, also you see there are no rules because it did. In fact, popular limited rules ban biting, eye gouging, techniques such as pulling, headbutting, groin strikes, and fish hook. That was before UFC was really standard rules. What you can't do, and it went through the jurisdiction. It went through every fighting commission all over the world. And that's when the UFC became like huge. the old cliche goes, this is real. I mean, Dana White puts it as real as it gets. Even like I said, top of the video, Senator John McCain saw Taylor first years against when he found out Bond himself had led a campaign to ban calling human cockfighting and sending letters to the countries of the United States asking to ban the event. How can you ban the event if it is just a human street fight? That's John McCain put along the lines. But as UFC was really starting to get bigger throughout every year, you get all these big name fighters from Mark Owens to Ryan Couture's, Pat Miletich to Chuck Liddell to Matt Hughes, T. Vernice, as well as Vitor Belfort, who became such a huge worldwide phenom during his first run with the company, and he became a champion at the time. And you got your Pedro Rizos to Frank Shamrock and Ken Shamrock, who fought at the first UFC event. He took on Hoist Gracie at the time. To me, Hoist Gracie, he is like God, because he and his family created Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. But in the early 2000s, that's when Zuffa really took over the UFC and they bought it. And that was when, like, Dana White and Tita bought it for $2 million, created Zuffa LLC for controlling the UFC. But basically, when the Fertitas and Dana White, when they bought the company, they were kind of like, they don't know if this is gonna happen or how can they keep maintaining it day after day, year after year, because it became their life. When UFC 40 came out, UFC was looking for lost by the year 2004. So the third for a million was simply personally used by the key network. Those take include Anderson Silva, GSP, Greg Franklin, BJ Penn, Sean Shark, Matt Serra, Rico Rodriguez, Robert Lawler, Frank Mir, Carl Region, and Nick Diaz. But basically, what UFC became like such a household name was the Ultimate Fighter. They bring these potential up-and-coming fighters who have no real, experiences. They bring all these newbies that really have no really big experience, like Stephan Bonner, and Forrest Griffin. That's what really made what the UFC is. The Ultimate Fighter, that's what put the Ultimate Fighter on the map. That's what put UFC on the map. And year after year, UFC was kept on growing. They have hired Mark Radler, the director of Select Commercial, the vice president of Regulatory Affairs, Radler with Alias, and Kevin gets old. World Sport Fighting became a catalyst. And then UFC, Zuffa, they bought WEC in order to start an also fighting in order to stop the IFL from making deal versus the MC Sports Network. And that's when they brought over all the WEC fighters like the Rod Favors, the Dean Farners, Carlos Condit, Headers and Dolls, Ronnie and Pez, Eddie Wyland, Miguel Torres, like Thomas Brown, like Garcia, Dominic Cruz, and Jose Aldo. So they just kept on adapting. With Quinn Jackson, Leo Cheetah, Martin Cannoli, England. If you look at where the UFC is today, like every fight card that they have put on, like they're like, I'm not saying every fight card the UFC has put on since the beginning to now. I know they're coming up by next month. If you guys all know the story, New York City was not allowing UFC to put on any fight cards in that city. Now is New York City now legalized to have UFC. They're coming up in November. The biggest fight card, I mean, like in history. It's gonna be beautiful in New York City. I mean, I'm like, man, sign me up. But like I said, today was supposed to be a day that UFC they still have this fight card like already planned and already like ready. They were supposed to have a fight card today from the Philippines. But basically the whole fight card didn't really happen and materialize because there were fighters like basically if you look at the fight card itself, it looked like a really good one. Basically, PJ Penn was supposed to make his big return to fight Carl Lawless, but he pulled out of an injury. But I'm still gonna give you guys my picks. This fight card was gonna happen. Prelim card of UFC Fight Pass: Sam Alvey, Alex Nicholson, John Tuck, Alex Volkanovski, Daihan Yang against Brian James, Sihu Hong wins strawweight against Daniel Taylor, Oliver James will toss Alex Morano, Kiyoshi Horiguchi, Ali Valentina, Azavitu Kasuya, main fight, main card, Cole Miller, Mitsuru Hiroto, flyweights, Yael Suzuki, it's Jamila Russo, heavyweights, Derek Lewis, it's Marcin Tybura, along with BJ Penn. I had, if this fight card was going to happen today, I would have BJ Penn all over Carl Lamas. I would have Derek Lewis over Marcin Tybura. I'll have Cole Miller over Mitsuru Hiroto. I'll definitely have Sam Alvey over Alex Nicholson. So yeah, November 5th. That's coming up. They're going to be in Mexico City, Mexico, for the Ultimate for Latin American 3 Fernando Dos Anjos against Ferguson. Then, November 12th. I mean, I'm like stoked already. It's here. New York City.